Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Kill Team Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Casa de Neil, where I'm about to fight a kill team battle between the Grey Knights and the Thousand Suns. Just one difference. We're gonna do it big style. So this is the embiggened kill team. Essentially everything here is ×2. So Neil was very kind enough and did this as a surprise to me. I walked in today, he told me, bring your books and recording equipment, I'll take care of the armies. I've got a big game for you. Little did I know he meant like literally big. These models are just awesome looking. So they were able to print it off with his friend Chris. And they're basically just double-sized Marines here. So we got double-sized Grey Knights. We've got double-sized Thousand Suns. Just everything's double-sized. We even have a double-sized measuring tool here. So everything is double-sized. It's pretty awesome. I'm super excited to give this a shot. And it's just basically on a full-sized regular game board at this point because of the models, the way that works out. So it should be a ton of fun. We've got them all ready here. Essentially, the story that we've got going on is that the Thousand Suns descended upon this planet that the Grey Knights were protecting something. Unbeknownst to maybe even they themselves, they were told to hold the line and hold this place, and the Thousand Suns were coming down to grab it and use it for their nefarious means that the Thousand Suns are always wont to do. This mission is going to be the Seize Ground mission from the main rulebook. Essentially, there are 6 objectives on the table here. Go across here in the middle, and then over on the sides here as well. Once you hold one of those objectives at the end of a turning point, it becomes held by you until it's held by your opponent. And you score points based upon how many you control at the end of each turning point. We've also chosen our 3 secondary objectives each, and we will go from there. So yes, we're super excited to give this a shot. I'm just blown away. This is the first time I've seen these models. I'm super excited about this. Neil built the terrain so that it's double-sized. They printed out the models here so they're double-sized. This is going to be a ton of fun. So I'm excited to give them a shot and get them out on the table and just have a big fun game. So that is going to be the story. That is going to be the mission. We'll show you the 2 kill teams that are going to be fighting right now. So for the Grey Knights, I have a 6-man kill team. And for the Thousand Suns, he has 2 Rubric Marine kill teams. Going over deployment now for the Grey Knights on the right flank here. I've got a warrior on that side. Grey Knight warrior here. We've got my Justicar in the center. We then have another 2 warriors over here and a 6th guy over on this side because of the balanced data slate that they've come out with. Going over deployment now for the Thousand Suns. We've got his guy with a mark over here on this side, along with his aspiring sorcerer. We then have the gunner over here with the Reaper, Soul Reaper cannon over on this side, and then we have 2 more regular Rubric Marines over on this side. We're just playing with the regular compendium teams here, none of the special ones. So this is not the Warp Coven. This is just the regular compendium team. So that's going to be deployment. We are now going to go into the scouting phase, which is going to help us. You have 3 different options when you do this. So you have the option number 1 is to fortify, which means that you place an additional barricade. You have option number 2, which is infiltrate, which will allow you to change one of your activation tokens during the first turning point. And then you have recon, which is the 3rd one, which allows you to take a free dash action at the beginning of the game. It also works as a form to figure out who goes first, rock, paper, scissors method, so that fortify beats infiltrate, infiltrate beats recon, recon beats fortify. So we are now going to choose this, 1, 2, or 3, and we will reveal them to each other. 1, 2, 3. Both of us choosing 3, so we both will be taking our free dash with the recon over there. But my opponent is the attacker, and ties go to the attacker when you're choosing this. So we will come back to you with the first turning point. All right, so the first turning point here into the strategy step. I, at the beginning here, dashed up my guy over here. He dashed up his guy, his leader actually, onto the objective inside the building over there. Then we both gained our CP, so we both have had 3 CP, but we both spent CP on strategic ploys. My opponent did malefic volleys, malefic volleys, and I did bolter discipline. So both of us can be double shooting with our bolter weapons. And then my opponent did not have anything to reveal, but I did have a secondary to reveal, which was the challenge. I challenged my guy over here, issued a challenge to his Rubric Marine over on this side. So if I am able to kill him with that guy, I will score a VP. And if I do so while within red of him, I will score an additional VP. So that's going to be it for the step. We'll move on to the firefight step. All right, my opponent activated his leader over here. He moved on to the objective over here, and then cast Twist of Fate on my operative back over here, which means that he'll get to reroll ones against him. Other guys will get to reroll ones when they are shooting at him. All right, so my activation now, I'm going to activate my Justicar, who is going to move up into position over here. He's then going to do a shoot action into his gunner over there. So I've got 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 2s because he's the Justicar, relentless with their storm bolters, so rerolling anything that does not hit. I've also given him Cybolt ammunition. He also has true silver armor, so he has a 2-up armor save, but he's going to have Cybolt ammunition so that he's going to be doing 4-5 damage instead of 3-4 damage. So again, looking for 2s, rerolling. So it's going to be 2 crits and 2 regular hits.
I'm going to keep one for terrain.
Keep one regular one for terrain.
And you're AP nothing?
AP nothing, okay. Yeah. And 3-up saves, right? Yep. So that's going to be 2 regular, so a crit, and there's going to be 3 regular saves. Yep. So you're probably going to do a regular and a crit since you can do that, and you will be taking instead of 3-4, it becomes 4-5. So that's going to be 9 damage from that. And then Bolter Discipline. I'm going to shoot him again. 4 shots on 2s, re-rolling because of Relentless. All right, that's going to be a crit and 3 regular saves there.
Can I do it again?
Keep a regular one.
Do it.
And then 2 regular, so that's going to be 3 regular ones, but it still does 5 damage there, which actually kills him out there. Incapacitated. And now his Rubric Marine over here is going to activate. He's going to move up over here, and then he is going to shoot to my guy over here. Because of the power that went off from his leader there, he's going to be able to reroll one of these dice. So, hitting on 3s, rerolling one of those.
Those go away. We'll definitely reroll that one. Hey!
There we go. So that's going to be 2 hits. Yep. I'm going to take 1 save from cover over there because he's within range.
Yes, sir.
And then 2 others looking for 3s. And I'm good with that one. Woo! And then Malefic Volleys is going to allow him to do it again. Much better that time.
I'll reroll one.
You're going to reroll one looking for a crit. There we go. Why not?
Gimme.
And he does it. It worked out perfectly. There you go. All right, so I'm going to take the 1 auto save there and then roll the other 2. Getting 2 more regular saves, so I'll just take the crit damage, which is what? Is it 4 damage from the bolter there?
It is 4, yeah.
4 damage. All right. My guy over here is going to activate. He's going to move up onto the objective here, and then he is going to shoot into his Rubric Marine with the icon there. So it's going to be 4 shots. Relentless, looking for 3-ups to hit. Okay, getting 1 crit so far. Rerolling everything because of Relentless. Getting another crit and 2 other regular hits, which is pretty good. Take 1 for cover. And then looking for 3s.
Hey!
So you got 3 regular ones there. So again, probably take the crit and a regular, and you will just take 7 damage because he does not have the Cybolt ammunition. And then Bolter Discipline will allow me to shoot a second time into him. Alrighty, hitting on 3s. So that's going to be 4 regular hits over here.
Okay.
Take 1 for cover, and then 3 ups. Making 3 more, so that's just going to be taking 3 damage from the one that goes through. His Rubric Marine over here is now going to activate. He's going to move into position over there to hold that objective. And then he's going to fire into my guy back over here. He can get line of sight because we're playing the lower ones as just providing light cover and the bigger ones as providing heavy cover. So he's just going to fire in with his bolter over here.
Yeah, it's AP1, I'm sorry.
The bolters are AP1? Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, that probably would have maybe killed you off, but that's okay. Yeah. So fire. Oop, I'm going to reroll this one.
Reroll one of those. All right, so that's going to be 3 regular hits. Yep. AP -1. So I'm going to take 1 regular save and then roll into another regular save there. So that's going to be 1 that's going to go through for 3 damage. So he's still alive, but he's hurt. And then Malicious Volleys is going to fire again. Reroll one of those. All right, so I'm going to take the 1 for cover and fail. I'm going to reroll that. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll one into a regular save there, so I am good to go. So my warrior over here is going to activate. He's going to jump up onto the objective over here and then fire into his Rupert Marine over there. So I've got 4 shots, looking for 3s to hit. Rerolling because of Relentless. Okay, so it's going to be 3 regular hits there. Rolling for 3s for saves. Ooh, making them all good to go. And then rinse and repeat because of Bolter Discipline. Rerolling. Nope, that's going to be a miss there. So it's going to be 2 crits and a regular hit. Looking for the saves here. Just getting so 2 regular and a 1 there, so it's going to ignore those. You're just going to take 4 damage from the crit. And his last operative over here is going to activate. He's going to move up into position and then fire into my Justicar. So he's going to have his 4 shots looking for 3s to hit. It doesn't get to reroll because of the fact that I have because that's not one of the guys that has the power on him there. So he's going to have the crit and 2 regular there. I am going to just roll both dice and see what happens. I could take 1 for cover, but I'm not going to because he's got the true silver armor, so he's going to have a 2-up armor save. Yeah, so AP1, so he's got the 2 dice. Getting 2 regular saves, so I'll just take the 4 damage from the crit. And then once again, same thing. Ooh, not getting any hits. Gonna spend a CP to reroll one of those. Okay. Into a hit, but I'm just gonna take the save. Actually, keep your CP because I've got cover, so I would just automatically ignore that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So keep your CP.
Thank you.
My guy over here is now going to activate. He is going to manifest psychic power. He's going to do armored resilience, giving him +1 to his armor save. He is now going to fire into the guy on the objective over there. So it's going to be 4 shots here, hitting on 4s because he is wounded. Relentless though, so re-rolling. Okay, not meant to be. So it's going to be 2 there. No cover because he's too far away from there. So just 3. Yep. Makes all of them. He's good to go. And then Bolter Discipline, I'm going to fire again, but this time I'm going to fire into this guy with the mark over here. Hitting on 4s because he is wounded, so I get the 1 crit, but re-rolling because of Relentless. Getting another crit and 2 regular saves there. I don't think there's anything you can do even if you got all 3. No, he is still going to be out of action. Now his guy over here is going to fire Overwatch into my guy over on this side.
You're still marked?
Yep, still marked. So it's going to be hitting on. Yes. He's not wounded, so that's going to be very good there. Rerolling because of the mark there. But it's only hitting on. It's hitting on -1 to hit because of Overwatch. But that's going to be all hits there. There's nothing I can do to save that. So he's going to be out of action.
Yes.
He's like, yeah. Oh wait. Oh, he could have 1 wound left. Oh no, it's AP -1. Never mind. All hope lost. He's dead. My opponent actually got Deadly Marksman with that, or activated Deadly Marksman with that. He was picked as his Deadly Marksman, and he was able to incapacitate someone while wholly within blue of his deployment zone, and that will activate. So if he kills another person or incapacitates another operative, he will score a VP, and then if he survives till the end, he will score an additional VP. Now my operative over here is going to activate. He's going to move up onto the objective and then fire into his Rupert Marine on this side. So 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, re-rolling because of Relentless. Okay, so that's just going to be the 3 hits there. He will get cover, so he can take the 1 save there. No AP on this, so then you got 2 other saves. Making both of them. He's good to go. But Bolter Discipline!
Yep.
Re-rolling because of Relentless. Okay, not meant to be, so that's going to be a crit. And 2 regular saves here. So take 1 for cover. And making so 2 regular saves. You're still better off taking the 2 regular ones. Do you want to spend a CP?
Yeah.
Reroll? Okay.
Yeah.
My opponent's going to spend a CP to reroll. And so it's going to be 3 regular saves. So that can be the crit and a regular, and he will just take 3 damage. Yeah. And then he's going to fire Overwatch from here into my leader. Now my Justicar hitting on 4s because of because of Overwatch there. So it's just gonna be the 1 hit, which I'm gonna take as cover save over there. And then my last operative is gonna activate over here. He's gonna move up to this position and then fire into this guy over here. So it's gonna be 4 shots with his bolter, hitting on 3s. Okay, that's gonna be all hits. I'm not gonna re-roll anything because Relentless. So you do take the one for save for cover, no AP.
But I gotta do it. Oh,
making 1, so you get take 2 there, so he's going to take 6 damage.
That's correct.
Yeah, and then I've got my Bolter Discipline firing into him again. Re-rolling because of Relentless here. Alright, so that's going to be a crit and 2 regular hits there.
Alright, do it again.
Take the 1 cover save.
Save the
cover. Making the other 2, so that's going to ignore those 2, so he's still going to take 3 damage, which I think is enough to incapacitate him. So he is out of action, which will score me the points for challenge, and I am within red of him, so I will score the 2 points for challenge. All right, so that's going to be the first turning point here. At the end of the turning point, I control 3 objectives. My opponent controls 2 objectives. I was able to kill him off of that one. So that means that the score at the end of turning point is 1 point to my opponent for controlling 2 objectives. I controlled 3 objectives, which is at least 2 and more than my opponent, so scored 2 points for that, and I scored 2 points for challenge. So we will now roll off for initiative, going into turning point number 2. I rolled a 2, my opponent rolled a 1, so it will be to the Grey Knights here on turning point number 2. All right, strategy step here. We don't have any tactical, we don't have any tac ops to reveal. We didn't actually, neither of us spent any CP on tactical ploys, so we just gained our CP. We're now going to move into the firefight step of turning point number 2. My guy is going to activate. He's going to move and dash over there. He had a minus a whole bunch trying to jump over these things. He's basically parkouring his way up the board, and he is going to shoot into his Rubric Marine over there. So 4 shots, looking for 3s to hit. Relentless. All right, so that's going to be 4 regular hits over here. No cover there. Still looking for 3s. Getting
nice, and I will burn the reroll.
Going to spend a CP to reroll. There we go.
Good job.
Yes. So that's going to be 3 regular saves, so he will just take 3 damage. Now his Rubric Marine over here is going to activate, firing into my leader. So he's going to have 4 shots here, looking for 4s to hit because he's wounded. So that's going to be 1 regular hit there, and I'm just going to take the cover save and be okay. And my opponent's going to spend his last CP on Infernal Fusillade to allow him to shoot again because no wounds were given there.
That's better.
So that's going to be still 1 hit though, right? Because it's wounded. So and the cover will be okay. My guy over here is going to activate now. He's going to move and dash into position there to allow him to shoot into his Rubric Marine over here. So it's going to be 4 shots, looking for 3s to hit. Relentless. So that's going to be 1 crit and 2 regular hits.
Keeping the 1 for the terrain.
Got 1 for cover over there with the angle that he's got.
I roll good.
And he gets it, crit and a regular, so he is going to be good to go.
For BS3.
All right, so now his leader over here is going to activate. He is going to go into engage, and he is going to move up against the wall here. So he is up against here. He is then going to cast, what is it again? You're going to cast Doombolt into my guy over here, but my guy over here does have a hexagrammic ward, which allows me on a 3+ to try to ignore it, make it basically deny the witch once per game. On a 3+, on that filth base, he's good to go. Woo! And then he has a plasma pistol, and he is going to fire into my guy over here. So he is going to supercharge it. So hitting on 2s, right? Aspiring Sorcerer, or is it 3s?
Yep, 2s.
All right, so that's going to be all hits and a crit there. I only got the 1 die that I can roll here.
NW2.
Mortal Wounds 2. So I took Mortal Wounds 2 for the crit there. AP1. So I'm taking 2. AP 2, right? Because you supercharged it.
AP 2. Oh.
Yeah. So 1 die here. I'm going to roll it because I'm looking for that crit. So it's a regular save there. That's fine. So I will be taking 2 Mortal Wounds. So what's the damage on this?
Oh, jeez. It's going to be 5-6.
5-6. So he is definitely dead. Yes. And now my guy over here is going to activate. He is going to stay where he's at. And then he is going to cast Astral Aim onto himself, and then he is going to shoot into his leader over there, you can see. And he's up against the wall, so he's not blocked by it. So these are going to be looking for 3s to hit. Rerolling because of Relentless. So that's going to be a crit and 2 regular saves, or 2 regular hits. But no cover special rule because of Astral Aim, so he does not get the save for there. No AP, though. He'll ignore the crit though, but he will still take 6 damage.
That's what it is.
And now my opponent's going to overwatch with the guy over there, firing into the guy in front of him there, looking for 5s to hit because of being wounded and overwatching. Getting one regular hit, but then the cover, he will take it, and he'll be okay. Yeah. And now my Justicar is going to activate. He is going to move into position over there to get line of sight into his Aspiring Sorcerer, and I am going to manifest Astral Aim, so I get no cover, and then fire into his Sorcerer over there. So hitting on 2s. Re-rolling, oh, thank God for Relentless. Alrighty, so that's going to be 4 regular hits over here. No cover because of Astral Aim. Makes one of them, so he's going to have 2. Because he has Cybolt ammunition, that's going to be 6 damage. That's going to be 8 damage into him, which will incapacitate his leader. I will now reveal that I have Headhunter, which means that I score 2 points because it is the second turning point there. All right, that's going to be it for the second turning point there. At the end of it, I do control an objective in his table deployment zone. Or in his table half, I do control 2 or more, and I control more than my opponent. So I scored 3 points for that, plus the 2 points for Headhunter, giving me a total of 9 points. My opponent still controls 2 objectives because this one over there, even though his leader is dead, the mission states that you control it until I take it. So he's going to control that one. And the middle one over here, we're contesting the middle one, that one there. But because he controlled it at the end of the last turning point, he actually, it's under his control until I take it back. And since I couldn't take it back, he still controlled it. So he will get a point for that. So the score is 9-2 to the Grey Knights. And we will now roll off to see who has initiative going into turning point number 3. I rolled a 5, my opponent rolled a 2. So it will be the Grey Knights here on turning point number 2. All right, so into the third turning point here during the strategic step, we both gained a CP. I'm going to spend it on Shock Assault to allow me to fight twice if necessary. And then we will go into the firefight step. So we will come back to you with that. All right, so now into my first activation here. This guy is going to charge into his Rubric Marine over there. He has the falchions, and my opponent has the bayonet. So we will both roll here. I am looking for 3s to hit. My opponent's looking for 4s to hit because of being wounded. All right, Relentless, so I will re-roll that. Not meant to be. So I've got 2 crits. How many wounds do you have left?
5.
5 wounds left. All right, we'll come back to you. My first thing is going to be to strike, and that 5 damage from the falchion there will incapacitate him there, which will score me Rob and Ransack, and that will be the end of the game because there are no more Thousand Suns here on the table. But man, this was so much fun to play with the big models here, playing around with our toys here. This was a complete surprise. So thank you to Neil and Chris for surprising me with this and building the awesome terrain here and having the models. Hopefully we'll have every once in a while, we'll throw in another big boy battle report. A big boy battle report here with the big models that we've got here. I'm going to have hopefully some Dark Angel ones too, which would be a ton of fun. But yeah, it was fun to just play it. And it's cool how it just works so well with just upsizing it by 2. So everything's just twice as big. So the board becomes easy to tell because of the fact that now the way they've got it worked out with the boards are easy enough to work out. And it's just fun. They've even got the objective markers are upsized by 2. Everything's upsized by 2. It's just, man, a ton of fun to be able to play on a big board like this, but still have the same kind of feel as a regular kill team game. It didn't feel like it was like, it's not like we decided to just like double the number of models that we were playing with it, make it a big game. We were just playing with a regular kill team, just with big, fun models. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Neil, and until next time, stay safe and have fun.